Welcome back to UK Chronics. You should sit down for this one, because what just happened inside Windsor Castle is the moment that royal experts have been waiting 25 years to talk about. Princess Diana's official portrait, after more than 20 years of being hidden away in palace storage, has been quietly, carefully, and beautifully put back in its proper place inside the Hall of Matriarchs at Windsor, right next to the late Queen Elizabeth, exactly where Diana should have been all along. And the two royals who made this happen in complete secrecy were Prince William and Princess Anne. Camilla had no idea it was happening. She was carefully and purposely kept out of the loop until it was too late. And people who watch the royal family are calling this the most emotional, most meaningful, and most quietly powerful royal moment in modern history. The British public has waited 25 years to see this. Tonight, it finally happened. And honestly, people might not even realize just how big this really is. Here is what you need to understand about why this matters so much. After Diana died in 1997, people inside the palace say her portraits were quietly taken down from the most important and visible spaces inside royal homes. The official reason was always said to be about space and planning. But the real reason, according to royal watchers, was Camilla. As her relationship with Charles became more open, then more accepted, and finally turned into a full marriage, Diana's visible place inside the royal family slowly faded away. Her charities were given to others, her photos were moved, and the Hall of Matriarchs at Windsor, the most important place for royal women, never even got Diana's portrait. For more than 20 years, that wall has had a clear missing piece, the most loved royal of modern times, missing from her own family, and William has been waiting for years to fix this. People inside the palace say William has been quietly planning this return for a long time, with years of talks with senior helpers, quiet discussions with palace record-keepers, and private meetings with art experts about the rules for portraits. He ordered a full review of the Hall of Matriarchs. He asked for historical records about every past portrait placement. He made sure every single rule and process was followed perfectly, so that no one could legally question the return once it happened. Commentary: the man has been playing a 20-year chess game inside his own family, and his most important move just happened this week. He brought his mother home, back to the wall where she belongs. But William did not do this alone. He needed someone who had both the power and the strong will to actually make it happen. And there was only one royal in the entire family who matched that role. Princess Anne. And who never really liked Camilla. And who quietly did not agree with how the royal family treated Diana when she was alive. And who has been the strong and steady support of the monarchy for many years. She has reportedly become William's most trusted partner inside the palace. The two of them have been working together for months on this return. Quiet meetings that were not listed in the official royal schedule. Unplanned calendar notes. Private talks with palace workers. Commentary: and is the only royal in the whole family with the official power to overrule Camilla and the personal dislike toward her to actually do it. And this week, people inside the palace say William and Anne finally made their move. What happened next will be remembered for many generations. According to several witnesses, the portrait of Princess Diana was brought into the Hall of Matriarchs in the early evening hours, when the gallery was closed to everyone except a small group of trusted staff. Princess Anne personally watched over the placement. The portrait, which had been hidden in palace storage for more than 20 years, was carefully taken out of its protective covering. The frame was made ready. The position was checked. And within 90 minutes, Diana's portrait was placed directly beside the late Queen Elizabeth's. Two queens next to each other. One who ruled for 70 years. One who never got the chance to rule at all. Exactly where they should have always been together. I still cannot get over this. Diana is back on that wall where she belongs. Right next to the woman she loved most in the entire royal family. And one of the staff members reportedly heard and quietly say to herself, "She belongs here." She always did. That one line closes a 20-year pain for the whole British monarchy. Meanwhile, Camilla had no idea any of this was happening. She was outside London at a planned event, carefully timed by William's team to keep her away. She came back to the palace the next morning, expecting a normal and usual day. She walked inside. She heard the news, and people inside the palace say her reaction was quick and very strong. She was extremely angry. She demanded that the portrait be taken down immediately. She demanded an urgent meeting with William. She demanded that Charles step in to support her. She demanded an explanation from the palace staff who had completed the restoration. And every single one of those demands was turned down. Every single one. For the first time in her entire royal life, Camilla had no real power inside her own home. And then came the most painful part of all, the part she never expected at all. Her own husband, Charles, refused to stand up for her. The husband who had spent many years defending her place inside the royal family. The man who fought to make her his queen consort even when the British public did not agree. The king who had stayed by her side through one scandal after another. He looked at his wife and said nothing. He allowed his son's decision to stay. He allowed his sister's actions to go without challenge. He allowed Diana's portrait to remain on that wall. And in that one quiet moment of silence from her own husband, Camilla reportedly understood that her time at the center of this family is now over for good. Charles has chosen the institution. He has chosen his son. He has chosen his late mother's legacy, and he has chosen to honor Diana. The wife he treated unfairly many years ago has finally been given the place inside the palace that she always deserved. And then Princess and walked into the room. According to people inside the palace, and reportedly gave the message to Camilla face to face. She did not raise her voice. She did not try to make it softer. She simply said 5 words. Just 5 simple words. It is what Diana deserved. That was all. No apology, no long explanation, no softness, just the truth. The same truth that the British public has known for 25 years. Diana deserved to be on that wall. She deserved to be honored. She deserved to be remembered as one of the most important women in the modern history of the monarchy. And it took until now for the royal family to finally say it clearly. And this change is not slowing down at all after the restoration. People inside the palace report that royal charities connected to Diana's legacy are being quietly brought back under Catherine's office. Charities that Diana once supported are now being given priority in William's official schedule. The royal family's official statements have started to mention Diana's name and her work more in the past 2 weeks than they did in the past 2 years combined. Camilla, at the same time, has been quietly removed from several upcoming public events. Her name is appearing less often in palace press releases. This is not just a one-night moment. This is a full change in the royal family's entire identity. He was 15 years old when he walked behind his mother's coffin. 15. And people who follow the palace say that from that day on, William carried one quiet promise inside his heart, that when his time came, when he finally had the power, he would honor his mother. This week, with Princess and standing beside him, he kept that promise. Diana is back on that wall. Camilla is no longer in the room where decisions are made. And William has finally done what he had been preparing to do for his entire adult life. Diana would be very proud of the man and the king he is becoming. Which moment of this story touched you the most? Diana's portrait being restored. Anne's 5 words. Charles's silence. William finally keeping his promise. Tell me in the comments and subscribe because the next part of this story is coming. Trust me.